There's sand in my shoe. There's always sand in my shoe. Always something bugging me. Always something I gotta shake. No matter how many times I brush it off, it just keeps coming back. This town, theatrical display of rapid erosion, where the stars chip paint and only the set breaks character. A quick glance at any one of the players shows a tired body, an even more tired spirit, a ghost possessing its own corpse. And no one deals with more corpses than me.
Detective Fred Larada?
Yes, sir.
I'm the owner of the place. My name's Jake. Jake Schick. The other officers told me to wait out here to bring you in.
Where are the other officers?
They're in my office right now. I can take you to them.
All right, let's go see him.
Oh, hey, you can't smoke in here.
Looks like you already got some smoke.
I don't know what that means.
Hello. Yep, we got the guys here. Yep, should be all set. You want me to transfer you? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, bye-bye. Hey there.
Thanks for keeping him warm for me, officer.
Certainly. We didn't ask him any questions. Figured you'd want to do all the talking.
Very considerate of you.
These three guys were the only ones that came here alone today. All three were acting suspicious.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you mind if I go take a look at the scene?
So the other officer, Officer Jared with 2 R's, he's going to show you around. He just stepped out, but he can show you around the crime scene.
All right, thanks. I'll go take a look.
I hate the beach.
There he is. Alright. What are the details?
This young boy, his name is Michael Goldstein. He was discovered around 3:17 near the pinball machine. The time of death was pegged around 2:45. We got no eyewitness accounts of the crime, but we do have some accounts. At least 3 men around here at the time.
Any weapons found in the arcade or on the suspect?
Nothing but some tools. It's not consistent with the injuries. He was strangled to death.
Damn shame.
Oh, I love my little glue friend. I love my little glue boy. My little glue berry. My little...
Jake? I think we'll need to set the space up for interrogating the suspect. Could you help me with that?
Yeah.
Maybe grab that chair.
Okay.
Right across.
And then,
the light?
yeah.
Watch this. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And do we have a place to keep the suspects while they wait?
Yeah, we've been keeping them in the closet over there. You can just...
That'll do. You first. Hello there. So what brings you to the arcade today?
My job. I'm a repairman, and they hired me to repair their change machine.
Could you just walk me through your afternoon?
Alright, I showed up to Joe's Playland at around 1 p.m. Went upstairs to where the broken change machine was. I started fixing it. About half an hour later, maybe 45 minutes, I was finished. Went up to the front desk, talked to the manager, he paid me, and then I left. That's when you guys took me here.
Did you interact with anybody else other than the manager?
Yeah, there was a kid that came by, he wanted change from the machine. Told him to get lost. There were at least 3 other machines in the building. He could have gone to any of the other ones. In fact, this one seemed to be the most out of the way, but he insisted.
Did you keep track of him? Did he go right there after you finished fixing yours?
No, I just told him to get lost, essentially. I'd be lying if I said I was polite. I was a bit irritable that day. Bit crabby.
Would you say you're usually irritable, on edge?
I don't think so, but arcades, they get to me. The flashing lights, the noises, the kids screaming. Not my cup of tea, to say the least.
So not a big fan of children in general, or just in this particular atmosphere?
I'd say in this atmosphere. Kids, I think, are fine. Nothing against them. Don't have any of my own, but I wouldn't say I hate them. But no, I didn't have my coffee that morning, and all those stimulants just aggravated me.
What kind of tools did you use to fix up that machine? Anything just like standard
It was
set?
honestly an easy fix once I found it. Had a wrench to take off the back of the machine. Then all I had to do was locate the source of the glitch, the fault, and it was a couple wires that were just too loose. I twisted them back together, worked fine.
Do you take pride and pleasure in fixing things?
I do. I would say I'm a handyman. I do like working with my hands. Is that it? Can I go?
So eager to head home?
Oh, I'm not going home. I'm hungry and I saw a place across the street that sells crab cakes. It's gotta be my favorite.
Okay, I think we're all set. I'll have the officers escort you out of here. There's something about that guy I just don't like. Not one bit. Maybe it's the way his head skewed when he was glaring at me.
So, what do you think?
I think it's time we just bring in the next one.
I don't want to say anything without proof, but I've known the guy for years. I mean, he's worked for me. I don't even know how long. I don't think he'd do something like that.
Is he usually that antsy, that edgy?
Yeah. I mean, you meet enough guys in that line of work, shit gets annoying for them. Can't say I blame the guy. I'll go get the other one.
Guy like that uses his right brain too much. It's grown too big. His head's lopsided now. That look, I'm all too familiar with it. It's the look that woman gave me right before the incident. No focus to it, no logic behind it, pure contempt. The vitreous humor turned to gunpowder, and the pin pulled over and over again by every blink. Question is, am I the only one he's given that look to today? Curious. Do a little good cop, bad cop. You ease him up, I rough him up.
Sure. I actually got just the thing. Nothing like a cold squirt. One for you, too. Oh. There you go. Wait, what's in this? What you doing there? No.
Take it easy. It's just some soda.
Think the sugar in the soda is gonna get me to, get antsy and talk? No. Got nothing to talk about, please.
It's alright.
I'm having a really bad day, man.
Hey, we get it. Just answer the good detective's questions here, and you'll get to go home.
Yeah. What do you need to know?
Said you had a rough day?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Walk me through it.
Typical morning, I guess you could say, and then, a little couch time, scrolling a little bit through Bumble, looking for a nice girl, and this absolute goddess hits me up and says, I'd love to meet you. I'm like, oh, got this arcade, just a little bit down for me. You want to play some games? And she says, oh, for sure. So I'm all stoked. I get my nice tie ready to go. I put on my good slacks, and I go down to the arcade, and I'm still ready for just a great day. And I get there, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and then she's not there. So I don't know if she was ever real, or if I got scammed, or what. So I try to take my mind off it. I try to play some Guitar Hero, but I got stubby fingers and I can't reach all the buttons on the guitar. And then I go play some pool, and this little kid comes out of nowhere and wipes me. Takes like the 4 tickets I got from Guitar Hero, and then I just broke down. Too. I lost it. So.
What were the times like for that? When did you agree to meet up? When did you get to playing Guitar Hero, if you remember?
Well, I mean, she messaged me at like noon or so, and so I messaged back. I wanted to play cool, so I messaged back at like 12:03, and then we agreed to get down there for about 2, and so I got there at 1:45 because on time is late and all that, and so I waited for solid 2.5 hours. I saw the sun change. And then, I went into Guitar Hero, and there was free song loaded up just for me, so I thought I was going to be all set. No. That was a solid 2 minutes of fleeting joy. Then, right after that, I went up to the pool tables, and this little kid comes up. He's like, yo, can you teach me how to play pool? He got me so good, man. He took all my tickets. The one thing I had today. And then after that, I went to the bathroom and definitely didn't cry.
That's when our officers found you?
No, our officers found me about an hour after that. I was still definitely not crying at that point, but it had been a minute.
Okay. Do you usually have good luck, bad luck with the ladies?
You know, I like to think I'm not an unattractive guy, but not a whole lot of luck. Not for me.
Do you usually get angry and sad like this?
Usually sad. There's only so many times you can get knocked down without getting back up. Each time a little bit weaker. Each time a little bit smaller. It's tough. It's tough, you know.
Do you have any outlets you usually use to release those emotions?
Not really. Sometimes they just kind of, you know, get bottled up. Stuff it down a little bit deeper each time, and it's hard. It's hard when you don't have anybody to share those emotions with.
No friends, roommates, family members?
No family members. Not for a while. I got work, but it's tough. I work at the daycare on 7th, and I mean, the little kids there, you can talk all you want, but they never respond.
Do you feel fulfilled with that job?
Yeah. There's something just so pure about the eyes of a child. You look at them and you just know that's the future. And it's in my hands. So yeah, definitely fulfilled.
So where are you hoping to go after this?
I would have liked to be going to, you know, cheap motel room, but that'll never happen. So I'm probably gonna go home, open a can of tuna fish, and I'll probably eat it out the can. I don't see why not. It's not like anybody's been like kissing me with my tuna fish breath.
Alright, well, I think we'll let you go enjoy your tuna fish. I'll have an officer escort you out of here.
Thank you. Yeah. Can I get some extra tickets?
Let me see what I got on. You can play me for him. I just lose.
I'm okay. Take the squirt whip. Take the squirt.
Wash down the tuna. Keep your chin up. It's gotta be the saddest kid I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. I mean, a guy like that, good looking guy, but trouble with the ladies, said he doesn't have much to let his emotions out. You wonder. At some point he might just snap.
I mean, he says he works for a daycare.
I don't
Someone
know.
like that could be capable of what happened to that kid.
Great evils can take people over sometimes.
Guess that's true.
You got like a whole fridge of this stuff?
Huh. Let's just say Joe's Playland runs on Squirt.
You're so rude.
And I run on Squirt too. Oh, I'll get the other guy.
This is kind of terrible. Strange kid. Surprised he even got a date at all, assuming that was the truth he just told me. Can't say I blame the dame for not showing up. I wouldn't bump uglies with that guy if we were the last two sons of bitches on Earth. Not that I can even bump uglies anymore because of the incident. Funny thing about bumping uglies is, no matter how ugly the ugly, you can bump anything if you're desperate enough. And if you've got nothing to bump, well, it could be enough to make a grown man cry, or a young boy die. Curious.
Be careful with this one. He's slippery. Take a seat.
much better. Yeah, before we start, Detective, I gotta just introduce you to my friend from Normandy, Sam Adams, you know.
Yeah, you can't drink in here.
What? Why not?
Can't drink without me. Come on.
I don't like beer. You ready?
Here, go ahead.
Okay. So, my friend, what brings you down to the arcade today?
Well, you see, I usually never leave my home of Acton, Maine, but I got, drunk and depressed, as you do, and I just stumbled my way into Joe's playground the other,
Drink. Do you drink often?
I was in the war, You know, if there's something you do in the harbor at the war, it's throwing a few cold ones back with your boys, That's something you learn to do a lot,
So it's a de-stressor for you? But you also felt the need to come down to the arcade and...
You see, I recently come into a lot of tickets, you see, decided to blow through those at Joey P's place, you see, See, I know Joey myself personally from the army, we were the boys back then, me, Sammy Adams, Joey, and of course, our good friend Q. The four of us were inseparable, I think about the war often. I think of what could have been. I think about what never was. I think about Joey. I think about Joey a lot. Me and Joey were pretty close.
So, could you just tell me about your day, kind of run through a quick timeline, maybe just the afternoon?
Basically in the afternoon, I was in the upper section of Joey's playground, and basically, I was trying to set the high score in shoot 'em, toot 'em, root 'em, toot 'em, Joey's arcade. And I did,
Did you interact with anybody? Get a good ticket haul?
Well, you see, I was playing my Rudy Tooty Cowboy Shooty game upstairs, when this liberal-looking fellow walked up to me, talking about some nonsense, wanting to play the game. So I turned around on him and did a ocular pat-down like they used to teach me to do in the war, and quickly I disarmed my foe. And he did some close combat QC nonsense that I was able to quickly maneuver around and hit him right in the face with some ice cream, That's pretty much how it went. No one bothered me after that. I can tell you that right now.
So did you learn a lot of those combat techniques? Do they stick with you? Do you remember those?
Oh, sure. Once you learn how to look into a man's eyes and take his L4 vertebrae, that sort of information never leaves, stays in there, man.
What else did you do exactly in the war?
What didn't I do in the war? I met friends, met enemies, turned enemies to lovers, turned lovers to brothers. I learned how to kill a man without even looking in his eyes. I learned a lot in the war. I did a lot.
I've never been in a war, but in a job like mine, you see a lot of things. So I know what you've been through, at least a little bit. I've cracked cases tougher than you can imagine. I've seen deaths. It all just doesn't faze me anymore. I think I'll let you go for now. I'll have an officer escort you out. Just sit tight for a moment.
Ayo?
That's all of them.
I believe so.
So who did it?
I don't know. Combat veteran. Pretty boy, troubles with girls. Bitter mechanic. Need some time to think about these things, I think. But it'll come together. I'm sure of it.
Well, don't think for too long. I got a business to run. Can't really have a dead body stinking up my pinball machines.
I'll let you get to that.
Thank you. Oh, yes, my playland.
What a piece of work, that one. Brains all scrambled. Just can't tell what did the scrambling. Was it the booze, the war, or was it just growing up in Maine? Maine, the final frontier. I got no problem with people from Maine, really. They're just like people from anywhere else. Problem with people from anywhere else, and by extension Maine, is this. Once you've met one, you've met them all. And once you've met them all, they stop surprising you. A man could do anything and it wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me one bit. Curious. The incident was when my girlfriend bit off my balls.
So what's on your mind?
Too much. You know, this reminds me of the Buffalo bouncer case. A lot of heads on that one. A lot of suspects. And you'd think this one would be easy with only 3. But something about it is so much trickier. I mean, with that, we had guys lined out the door. Turned out to be a pigeon. Sounds crazy, but that's what it was. And but something about this. Real head scratcher.
I don't think it's gonna be a pigeon this time. So who do you think it is?